Welcome to the 3BA podcast, where bourbon boners and being awesome isn't just having a catchy tagline, it's actual categories in which we discuss different topics every single day. My name's Garrett, and I'm going to be your host along this unique journey through the bourbon and whiskey craze, men's health, and everything that life throws at you in between. On today's Being Awesome episode, I had a moment to reflect. And what I mean by that is 2 weeks in, probably a little stressed. Maybe I lost something if you noticed. But all of that being said, I wanted to talk today about where I think Being Awesome, at least on a Saturday edition, is going to go in the future. Last week, you just got an update. It was our first weekend. You're getting our second week. Not really an update, just letting you know that Saturdays are about being awesome. So I thought to myself, what better way to talk about being awesome than to tell you what awesome things are coming, what I have planned for this particular day in the podcast, and some awesome things that are actually happening. So with no further ado, what my plan is, what our plan is, what the plan is for the 3BA podcast moving forward is you're going to actually have another co-host. When that co-host joins is still TBD, but I wanted to make the announcement 2 weeks in. We're going to have somebody else for you to look at other than just my smiling, bare, yes, baby face. On a funny note, a self-deprecating note, I will tell you that once a year I decide to shave just because my face needs a break. We're just going to get that right out of the way right now. That's why you're seeing my face as it is right now. I'm also trying to do the whole thing where you put your chin out and you can't see my double chin, and you know, if there's nobody else to make fun of you than yourself, who can, right? So I'm telling you that, you know, I'm on a personal journey myself for a little bit of weight loss and getting in better shape. But I'm also aware that, yeah, I still have a little ways to go. Anyways, back to the being awesome. So into the future, we are going to have another co-host joining the podcast. We might actually have a few different hosts being co-hosts or hosts of the 3BA podcast. And I thought no better way than right now to start telling everybody about it and promoting it. And speaking of promotions, this is what we're going to start doing as well. You'll start to see that we're going to be sending out links and follows and likes, and we want you to do that. And we would love for you to do all of those things. If you like us, if you can tolerate us, if you think we're stupid and you just want to see what stupid thing they're going to do next, by all means, we're going to start promoting that and pitching that out to the world, to the universe, if you will. But back to the being awesome topic. The being awesome topic for this particular week on this particular Saturday is simply this. To be awesome is all in the eye of the beholder, right? So for me to say something is awesome, you might not think it's awesome. For something that you might think is awesome, I might think is just plain out stupid. So who is to say what awesome is? Well, in this particular scenario, I am going to tell you something that I think is just generally awesome. And for me, something generally awesome that I think is going to make you happy, something that you should think about, something that you should do, right? So what can be awesome in general that we could all agree on and that I could pass on to you that might get you excited? Well, it's going to be something that you're not expecting. And that is, I love getting people's reactions. And you're going, Garrett, how is that awesome? Let me tell you. I have taken a lot of time. My career path is in sales. I've been in sales my whole professional career. I probably have mentioned that on other episodes, and if I haven't, I probably will again. That being said, I talk to a lot of people every single day. I've also mentioned something about trivia. I do that as well, and now podcasting. All of those things I interact with people. Now, some of you out there listening might not want to interact with people, and you know what? That is your choice. But here's the awesome part about what I was telling you, getting people's reactions. It's not necessarily negative, although sometimes that does happen. It's about getting a positive reaction and elicit a positive response. Now you're going, all right, why are you getting so technical? Well, over the last few weeks, especially throughout this process of starting something new, I've had to interact with a lot of people. And even though it's me in front of the camera talking, I have had to put myself out there and challenge myself to do something different. And in that time, I found that something I wanted to start doing regularly, and this is just for me, I'm not saying this is what you have to do, but I'll talk to you about why I think you should. And that is, I have been trying to positively influence other people's lives. Now you're going, wow, Garrett, why are you getting so deep? Well, it's a Being Awesome Saturday. And on Being Awesome Saturday, that's what we want to do. We want to be positive. We want to give the world something to smile about, even if it's just telling the mailman, thank you for delivering the mail. Now, you're not really home and they drive a truck most of the time or a car. If you're in a neighborhood where they walk, okay, that's different. But it's just something as nice as saying, hey, you're doing a good job. I have actively been trying to give a compliment. There's what it boils down to. Give a compliment at least one time a day. Not to me, not to get a response back, not to hunt or fish for a compliment about myself. It is to give somebody else a genuine compliment. Now, you're going, Garrett, come on. Why are you having a discussion about giving compliments and eliciting reactions? And it's because, let me tell you, if you've never had the experience of giving somebody a compliment about the shirt they're wearing, the way their hair's done, how they look professionally in their setting, and how well they did in a presentation, or thanking someone for something that they probably do every single day that might get looked over, the reaction you get, the smile, the consideration is noted by everyone. And if I can bring the world a little more happiness, make it that just a hair more awesome, that's what I'm trying to do. Now you're going, all right, Garrett, you're rambling. You're talking about compliments and, you're trying to give somebody a compliment every day. It's not as easy as you would think. It really is not. And I go throughout the day, almost the entire day at times. I haven't given anybody a compliment. I haven't noticed anything. I catch myself not remembering to just do something simple as, it could be a text message. We're in a technologically savvy, society now. You can text somebody a compliment. It might not be as beneficial and you can't really see the reaction. And, that's the whole being awesome, getting a reaction. But you can do that. You can call somebody and talk to them. Oh my gosh, pick up the phone. It actually works with your voice. The one that I seem to find that everybody appreciates a little bit more is giving a compliment in person. Don't be creepy. Don't be weird. Don't go up to somebody randomly and, that doesn't know who you are. Or maybe somebody's just doing a really good job at whatever they're doing. You're more than welcome to do that. But the point of this conversation, the point of this topic, the point of this discussion today is to just challenge you out there. And it is. It's a challenge. And it's a simple one. And that simple challenge is to try to make the world a better place today. Some days you're not going to be able to. Some days you're going to be in a really foul mood. But that shouldn't stop you from trying to make somebody else's life a little bit better. And that's what we're trying to do here at the 3BA podcast. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what we're always going to be evolving and changing and trying to improve. I promise you that. If you get nothing from what you're hearing, maybe some days the sound's going to be off. Maybe the video isn't going to, be focused right. That's going to happen. Maybe one of the feeds stopped too early, or maybe we messed up. That's a learning curve, but we're going to continually try to improve. So why am I harping on this being awesome, getting a reaction, giving a compliment? Because that's a very simple way to just improve somebody's day. And I'm going to give you a little hint here. When you improve somebody else's day, the feelings, the reaction, the emotion that they give back to you, it's probably going to improve your day too. Maybe some days it won't. Maybe some days you're just going to grumble under your breath. Oh, you did a good job. But I would be willing to say, I'd be willing to put a wager, if you would, that you giving that compliment to someone who probably or may or may not, maybe they do, maybe they get a lot of compliments, but may or may not get one of those on a daily basis. It's going to help them. It's going to improve their attitude. It's going to make them feel better. It's going to make their lives a little bit, it's going to make their lives just a hair better, even if it's just for that day, for that moment. So, how do you be awesome, right? That's kind of where I'm going with this. How do you figure out what's awesome? Well, again, your definition is going to be different than ours. But what I can tell you is that I think challenging yourself just to try to give a compliment, to elicit that response, that positive response, an awesome response. I think if everybody tried that, I mean, everybody, the whole crowd of people that you work with, you see socially, if everybody tried to give one compliment a day, or that small group of people, just think how much that could magnify and multiply and just spread. Now, don't give a fake compliment. Don't just give a, oh, your hair looks good and it looks like crap. That's not what I'm asking or saying you should do. I genuinely think if you give a true compliment to somebody, the reaction that you'll get not only will make them feel good, but it will make you feel better as well. Now, is this a self-help episode? No, not at all. I'm not telling you to go out there and do that. It's something I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you about it. And that's what this is all about, right? This is all about spreading awareness and talking about bourbon and whiskey and getting into some deep issues in the male and human psyche, right? Well, it's also about being awesome. So, here is my thought for the day. If you're having a rough day, I'm sure somebody else is too. If you're looking for a moment of joy, a moment of peace, a moment of just happiness, I promise that passing that on to other people should, for most people, make them feel better as well. Is it self-serving? Probably a little bit, the way now that it just came out of my mouth. But you will help somebody else. You will hopefully make their day. And if you're making that person's day, you're making the world a little bit better that day. And believe me, there's going to be days where you're not having a good day. I've already done it. It's not something I can accomplish every single day, meaning I'm not going to feel the greatest every single day. I'm not going to always be the most positive person whenever you see me or talk to me. But I am going to try to not let my feelings affect the way your life is. In fact, I'm going to try to improve yours. And so, here's my compliment to all of you. Thank you for sticking through this. We're learning a lot. This is kind of an update, but it's been 2 weeks, and there's a lot more to come. There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of things changing in a positive direction and improving. Look forward to hearing and seeing a new host, possibly two. Look forward to some really great content, some things that are funny, some things that are painful, some things that are useful, some things that are serious, not all the time, and some things that are funny. Whatever you decide, and we love to have you here. We're thankful for having you here and making it through the first 2 weeks. And what a whirlwind has it been. Look forward to many, many future episodes. Like I said, go out there, try to make somebody else's day. I promise you, you'll feel better. Well, they'll feel better. You will probably in turn feel a little bit better. It's an awesome feeling to have. See what I did there? Tried to tie it all in. I don't really have a sign off for the Being Awesome episodes yet. So it's just going to be very, very simple. Go be awesome. Have a good one.